just speaking life into her. It's been huge, and that's kind of what the whole article is about us taking just one more child.
There it is, stewardship.com. Check out the article. Chris Brown on air to track what he's doing.
Sacrifice, determination.
You can be intentional about your character, your work ethic.
You've got to be on the same page.
Today we're calling to let you know we are debt-free, house and everything.
You have done really, really, really good. And you're not going to quit now.
It's been a huge witness for us to be able to share that.
It was time to get serious.
Intentionality, people. Celebrate the success.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
This is your show, America.
If I knew at 22 what I know now, our life would be better off.
It's the show that's changing the world. Now you don't just listen to the show, you live it. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. This is your show, America. Thank you for joining us. It's a free call at 888-825-5225. Alex is in Seattle to start off this hour. Hey, Alex, what's up?
Hey, Dave, thanks for taking that call.
Sure. How can I help?
So, yeah, I have a debt that I'm need your advice on whether I need to pay it off or not. It's a car loan that my wife and I took last year, and we have enough savings to pay it off, but we were hoping to use the savings on a down payment for our house.
Mm-hmm.
And the car has 0% interest on it for the life of the loan, and we owe about $25,000 on it.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you just sell it?
Because we bought it we just had a baby in February. And
babies ride in cheaper cars all the time.
Yeah, I know. We just the comfort of just owning a vehicle that hasn't been used before that we know.
Yeah, but it's going to keep you from buying your house.
Even at 0% with the loan?
There is no 0%. You bought a new car. The car's losing 60 to 70% of its value in the first 4 years. That's not 0%.
Well, even though we intend to use the car, and as long as we need to.
So
we should sell it?
That doesn't mean buying a car you can't afford. It makes sense.
Okay. Well,
what's your household income?
55.
And you have a $25,000 car, and you make $55,000.
Yeah.
You have half of your annual income almost tied up in one car.
Yeah.
You know, it's just unwise, sir. It really, really is. It's painful. And here's the real problem. This is your wife's car, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm gonna get you and me both killed, brother.
I know she will be listening.
We're both gonna die right here. Oh, hey, listen, you guys are grown-ups. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do with your life, okay? You called to ask my opinion. After 25 years of doing financial coaching and personally building wealth myself and working with people that do well and working with people that are in trouble, we found no indication whatsoever that when someone owns a car, whether it's paid for or not, that is half their annual income, that they're able to get ahead financially because they have so much of their life invested in things that are going down in value like a rock. This $25,000 car is going to be worth $10,000 in an eye blink. Before you change the car seats, it's going to be worth that.
So if we do sell it, then buy a car basically that we can afford with our income.
Yeah, with cash, and then that leaves you a down payment of $15,000 if you buy a $10,000 car. Maximum cars you ought to own, all your cars added together, anything with an engine that you own added together shouldn't be more than half your annual income because everything with an engine in it goes down in value.
Right, even if you plan to use it for the life of the car.
It still goes down in value. I mean, you could buy a 2-year-old car and drive it for the life of the car. You can buy a $10,000 car and drive it for the life of the car. For that matter, let's pretend we bought, just for the fun of it, a $6,250 car. You could buy 4 of those for what you've got. You could have 3 spares for what you've spent. You follow me?
Yeah.
That lets you know that this life of the car thing's a bunch of crap. Because it doesn't matter if you're going to drive it for the life of the car. And here's the thing. You're not going to drive it for the life of the car. You'll drive it for a while. You may drive it 5 years. You may drive it 10 years. But you're going to accept the worst part of the value loss, which is on the front end of the ownership of a vehicle, at a time financially with a brand new family when you're trying to save up and buy a home that you can't afford it. I mean, this would be like me calling you up and saying, dude, I want you to buy something here. I want you to buy something that's going to lose $15,000 in 4 years.
Right.
Well, you make $55,000. And that's the average here. And I don't even know what kind of car it is, except we know it's Mama's car. But we know those are the averages, right? And so the average $25,000 car is going to be worth $10,000 in 4 years. And so that's just what you've got to think about. So I personally rather buy a house. I think buying a house is a lot more important than driving a $25,000 car, especially given that you make $55,000 a year. Now, if you make $155,000 a year and you want to drive a $25,000 car and you want to pay cash for it, in that case, I would pay cash for it and own it and drive it. But it's a smaller percentage of your world. It's not holding you back. You're trying to run a race with ankle weights on here, sir. So I predict that this is going to cause you guys to struggle. I don't know if I can predict that you're going to sell the car as a result of this call, but that is my advice to you. And then you guys will have to do with that what you will. Thank you for calling in, sir. We appreciate you listening. All right, Seth is with us in Durham, North Carolina. Hi, Seth. What's up?
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. How can I help?
Hey, I'm a choir director, and I started my first professional group about 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I'm looking to pursue 501c3 status in order to afford my donors the write-off for their contributions. Mm-hmm. The choir presently is a sole proprietorship, not an LLC or an INC. Mm-hmm. Of course, I can't get my federal nonprofit without incorporating, but I've talked to some of my peers in the director community, and they've warned me about incorporating because of the potential pitfalls with appointing people to the corporate board. Did you have any advice on how best to select people for positions within the corporation?
Well, the IRS does not like it, but it is not a law that says you have to have a board of arm's-length members. Mm-hmm. Now, they raise Cain. I've got 2 501c3s. One is my family foundation, and another one is a donor program we had for Financial Peace University years ago that's dormant now. Mm-hmm. And I have 2 of them, and neither of them have arm's-length boards, and both of them have been audited, and the IRS doesn't like it, but they have, there's nothing they can do about it.
I see.
They came in and made a recommendation. Now, sometimes donors don't like it, but here's the deal. You're running this. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Why are you doing it as a nonprofit? It's a music group. Why don't you go make money?
Well, I do want to monetize this. The point was the educational contribution because I'm dealing with historical music, and I'm dealing with things that there's a lot of grant money out there for. The kinds of music that I'm looking to do. I do want to monetize, but not necessarily in this portion of the umbrella that I'm looking to create. The other part eventually will be a technology component of this, and that will be the monetizing arm of this group. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but, I mean, you got to understand, you're not going to make a living out of your nonprofit, much of a living.
Right.
Because as small as it's going to be, your donors are not going to like you having a primary salary, and you having the salary being the biggest expense of all the donations coming in. It all goes back out to you in salary or virtually. That's going to cause your 501c3 to have real problems with the IRS because it starts to look like it's just an individual running this. And that one really you're going to get tripped up on. But you can incorporate, and you can do it without an arm's length board for a nonprofit. I'm not sure the rest of this part will work, but that part will work.
Men, have you been going along just to get along? Have you been misunderstood for too long now? Well, finally, it's a show made just for you. The Men's Advocate Show with Linda Gross every Wednesday at 4 p.m. on the station that leaves no listener behind, KCAA 1050 AM.
One of the most overlooked priorities in a family's financial plan is life insurance. Having it and having the right amount are crucial. If you died, how would your family pay the bills, put food on the table, and plan for the future? Term life insurance is protection for the ones you love. It's not complicated and it's not expensive. People need to deal with this, which is why I found a company I trust and I do business with, Xander. Please take the time to take care of your family.
This is KCAA.
In today's specialty crop news, a bacteria in Italy is causing some problems in olive orchards, but the subspecies has yet to be seen in the States. More after this.
Are you left with standing water after an irrigation? If so, WRT has the solution for you, ST25. WRT helps growers across the state improve water retention, infiltration, and reduce runoff and harmful diseases that affect their crops. Water is a precious commodity. Let WRT educate you on how to reduce standing water and increase yields with beneficial microbes that break down organic matter and stubble. The best solution to improve your irrigation efficiency is ST25. Contact us today at 209-720-8040 and learn why you can't afford not to use ST25. That's 209-720-8040. To learn more about ST25, visit our website at WRTAG.com. That's WRTAG.com. With 40 years of farming experience, WRT stands ready to increase water infiltration and improve your growth with the best product on the market today. ST25, a Bio-SI product. WRT, restoring life.
Researchers say a new syndrome called quick olive decline in Italy is causing widespread dieback, and the bacteria that causes the syndrome basically chokes out the tree.
Xylella fastidiosa is an interesting bacteria, and it actually clogs the xylem elements of the trees. So essentially it gets in the tree water transportation system, and if you cut off the water, then the tree is going to die as a result of that.
Cooperative Extension Farm Advisor Danny Lytle says the deadly strain of the bacteria has yet to be seen in the U.S.
So the subspecies that is causing olive quick decline in Italy is the subspecies Kcaa. It is known to cause diseases in citrus in Brazil and Argentina. Since right now we don't know it in the United States, we think the risk is relatively low to the olive industry, but if it were to show up, it could be devastating.
I'm Taylor Hillman for AgNet West.
If you can't seem to stay ahead of your bills, then this message is for you. How would you like to have a large portion of your credit card debt, medical bills, and department store debt forgiven? National Credit Card Relief would like to give you free information on a proven debt forgiveness program. This program has been used by thousands to legally forgive millions in unsecured debt. It's not bankruptcy. It's not consolidation. This special program actually wipes clean the portion of your debt that is forgiven from what you owe your creditors. Call for free information and get all your questions answered in the first free call. The more you owe, the more you can save. If you have at least $10,000 or more in credit card bills, this debt forgiveness program can be very effective. Call for free information and find out more now. 800-546-2909. There is no cost or obligation for the information. Don't wait. Call 800-546-2909. That's 800-546-2909. Get your debt problem solved. Call 800-546-2909 today.
Come visit the all-new Tiger Trail at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Get an early start and have a bountiful buffet breakfast at Tiger Trail Sambutan Longhouse while watching these majestic creatures. A tiger keeper will be on hand to share stories about these fascinating felines and will invite one of the tigers to join the session. Then explore the Tiger Trail's 5.2 acres, watch the tigers climb rocks, swim in ponds, and nap in tall grasses. See these beautiful animals up close, all at the new Tiger Trail at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Go to San Diego Zoo Safari Park.org.
It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
Here's a look at the community calendar. I'm Carlos Gonzalez. The city of San Bernardino invites you to take advantage of Free Dump Day. If you have unwanted mattresses, appliances, tires, electronics, or shrubs to get rid of, mark the last Saturday of each month on your calendar. You must provide proof of residency with your driver's license or utility bill. No hazardous or construction materials will be accepted. To find out the times and places for free dump day, Google City of San Bernardino calendar. If you're looking for something fun, interesting, and free to do, the City of San Bernardino History and Railroad Museum is open every Saturday from 10 till 3. Schedule a group tour by calling 909-888-3634 and learn some fascinating firsts about San Bernardino. That number again, 909-888-3634. And that's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Carlos Gonzalez.
The KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org.
And I had to take a job out of state, and so we went ahead to try and sell our house right away, and it's basically, long story short, it's a short sale now, and it's been on the market for 10 months. We don't ever plan on going back to it or anything like that, and I'm wondering, the bank doesn't seem to be interested in lowering the price low enough to move this house, and I'm still paying insurance on it and the electrical and that type of thing. A couple questions are, at what point is this going to go into a full-blown foreclosure? And also, I mean, do I really need to be throwing more money at this place just simply because the bank won't allow us to lower the price?
If you don't keep insurance on it, they will force place insurance on it, and that will cause it to cause your costs to go way up, and that means they have to write off even more to do the short sale. It's going to make the deal more difficult. So I'd keep the insurance in place. The utilities, I mean, I would keep them turned down to a bare minimum where it's not costing you hardly anything there.
Yeah, they are.
And that's just for maintenance purposes, just to keep from blowing a pipe or something. I don't know at what point they will foreclose. And so I mean, that's up to them. Sometimes I see 6 months as the soonest, but sometimes we see 3 years later they still haven't foreclosed.
Okay.
And so it just depends on the bank. Who are you dealing with? Which bank?
Chase.
Okay. Has your realtor executed short sales before?
I don't know. This person has given me some bad vibes. I'm thinking she may not be very experienced at all. Okay. And what the deal is that, she keeps claiming, I can't talk to a live person, because I told her, well, call the bank and see if you can drop the price. Well, I have to deal with them, she says, through this equator.
You do.
Or whatever.
That's correct. You have to. Okay. Someone the size of Chase will have an automated process, but the realtor should be able to present the comparable sales even through that process to create the desired result. Meaning, if the house is not worth it, the house is not worth it.
And
they ought to be able to prove that.
I paid way too much for it, honestly, is what happened.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So, what do you owe on it?
Oh, let's see, two something. I can't even remember exactly what we owe on it. I don't have any of my own money into it. It was a VA loan, and here's the thing here's the kicker: is the appraiser from the VA appraised the place for $4,000 more than what we paid for it
at the time you bought it.
At the time we bought it, which was only a few years ago.
Well, here's your problem: the VA is the problem in this equation, because this short sale has to be approved by the Veterans Administration, and that's what you're running into. Chase is not. Chase, believe it or not, it's hard to believe that they're not the problem. But the Veterans Administration, as you probably know, is, shall we say, inefficient.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Would that be the nicest comment made about them this year?
That's not a total shocker, believe it or not.
Yeah, they're completely freaking incompetent and they don't care. How's that? About veterans, which is the irony of ironies, if you think about it. My tax dollars going to support people like you that have served your country are not being spent well. That's an irony of ironies, which I don't mind you being taken care of. I do mind paying for you to be taken care of, and you're not. But so. Anyway, that's the deal, because the VA has guaranteed this loan. When the loan goes bad, if there's a foreclosure, the VA will write Chase a check for the whole 200 and something thousand.
Okay.
Chase won't lose a dime. The VA will put the house on the market for what it's really worth, sell it. They will lose the difference and come after you. And here's the bad news. The VA will chase you to the freaking ends of the earth for that difference. So you need to keep this thing alive until you get a short sale approved, because you want them to approve a short sale to keep from chasing you for the deficit, the difference.
Okay, so you're saying a short sale as opposed to a foreclosure? If it goes into foreclosure,
yeah,
then
very little difference on your credit. The different result is, let's say they turn around and sell the house for 180 and you owed 160. They're going to come after you for that difference. Or you owe 260. They're going to come after you for that difference.
Okay.
And that's what you don't want in a foreclosure scenario. In a short sale, what you're looking for is you want the short sale to be without recourse, which means they don't chase you for the difference.
Okay.
Without recourse. And so change realtors.
Okay.
Because you need somebody that's kicking everybody's butt up and down the line, keeping this thing moving, pestering everybody involved. And just go to DaveRamsey.com and get one of the endorsed local providers for your area, ELP for real estate, and get somebody that just kicks butt. And you know what you're interviewing for in this case is not necessarily the best marketer as a realtor, but someone that's got some short sale experience, and they're just kind of an aggressive personality. Someone that's just, they're just after it. Because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take this, pit bull mentality where you just push, and you just bug the bureaucrats into oblivion until they do the deal. And that's what I would do if I were in your shoes. Hey, thanks for the call. Lakeisha is with us in Tulsa. Hi, Lakeisha. How are you?
Hey, wonderful. Thank you.
Good. How can I help?
I am curious. Well, I bought my house in 2004. Shortly after, a man showed up at my door and said, I want to sell you insurance, the insurance policy. And I signed up for it. At the time, I didn't know what I was doing, but since listening to your show and reading material, I thought I'd make some phone calls and figure out what this is. So it's 30-year term insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I pay $26.37 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly, if I keep the premium, which will be the life of the 30-year note, the mortgage,
mm-hmm.
that I get return in premiums.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out, is this a junk category insurance
mm-hmm.
plan, or is this something that I should keep?
Well, it's called mortgage. It's called mortgage life insurance, and it has a return of premium feature to it. Now, what is the loan balance on your home?
So roughly $80,000.
$80,000. Okay. And how old are you?
I am 40. I will be 42.
Okay. Here's what you do. Go to Zander Insurance, Zander, insurance.com, and look up and see what you can buy $80,000 or $100,000 worth of term life insurance for. Let me just tell you.
Okay.
It's going to be about a fourth of what you're paying now.
Okay.
You're paying $300 a year, $320 a year for $80,000 worth of insurance. You should be able to get $300,000 to $400,000 worth of term insurance for that. And so what this is it is gimmick insurance. It's mortgage life insurance, and mortgage life insurance is typically 5 times, 10 times more expensive for the same amount of term as you can buy regular life insurance for. And if you're not ill, if you don't have a medical problem of some kind, and you are insurable, you don't smoke, you're not overweight, you should be able to buy this for about a fourth of what you're paying now, or buy 4 times as much for the same amount. Try Zander Insurance, and then you'll be able to get rid of this crap. And never buy return of premium. It's a savings program built in, and you just save your own money to the side. You don't need a return of the money. You just buy the cheaper stuff.
This is KCAA.
California headline news. Fire crews continue to battle the lake fire in the San Bernardino Mountains, with additional firefighters being brought to the scene around the clock.
We're helicoptering crews in, and they're spending the night on the fire line so they can quickly get up in the morning and start fighting that fire once again.
Fire spokesman Carlos Guerrero, the fire has burned more than 17,000 acres and is now 21% contained. They're hoping slightly lower temperatures will help fire crews gain ground today. Parishioners gather at churches around the state, praying for and reflecting on the victims of the shootings last week at a church in South Carolina.
It could have been this church. Believe it or not, people of faith and members of certain communities, black communities, churches, that does not protect you from evil.
That person attending services at the First AME Church in Los Angeles. Gas prices in the state just under $3.49 a gallon, down more than 4 cents from a week ago. Geico weather, another day of sunny, warm, and dry conditions. Jeff Scott, California News.
Are you working harder than ever at your job, but find yourself getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our free information, you can lead a happier life, work from home, and start earning money as soon as next week.
I was a traditional business owner, and our business was affected greatly by the economy, so we were looking for another income stream. It allowed me to actually walk away from a 16-year career and part owner in a traditional business just after 8 months.
Go to freedom105.com. Get out of the rat race, work from home, and start earning great money as soon as next week.
I'm a single mom. Before this business, I was over $90,000 in credit card debt alone. And now we go to Disneyland, Disney World. We've been on vacations to Hawaii. I never could have done that before this business.
Go to freedom105.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom105.com. Freedom105.com. And start earning great money as soon as next week.
It's time for some delicious food at Pizza Dilly. Pizza Dilly Pizza in Colton, home of the famous 2-foot pizza with 32 slices of simply the best delicious Pizza Dilly mouth-watering pizza. Pizza Dilly has all kinds of lunch specials Monday through Friday, starting at $3.99, all delicious. Stop by, refresh, refuel, have a cold drink, enjoy a tasty salad or a great specialty Dillylicious sub sandwich, or simply Dilly-lightful Pizza Dilly wings. Pizza Dilly is also People Dilly because your friends are all already there enjoying one of Pizza Dilly's giant screens, watching one of their favorite teams, and if you love the Dodgers, you'll love Pizza Dilly, your hometown Dodger station all year round. Come on in, enjoy a great pizza, enjoy Pizza Dilly, the real Dilly deal at 194 East Valley Boulevard in Colton, or call 909-370-0242. Once again, that's 909-370-0242.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Tom Ladd for this afternoon. It'll be sunny. Expect a high near 96. A west wind at 10 to 15 with gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 63. It'll be sunny Tuesday. Expect a high near 96. Tuesday night clear with a low around 64. And sunny Wednesday, high near 96. That's your weather forecast for this hour from the station that leaves no listener behind, NBC News Radio, AM 1050, KCAA.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, 5007 Canaan Road in Agora Hills. Or check out the savings and place your order online, VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills.
If you're like most, your trust in traditional financial advice has taken a big hit in the last few years. So, when it comes to your money, investment, and retirement planning, where do you turn now? Who do you listen to? Join us for Smart Money Talk Radio, Mondays from 3 to 4 p.m. for the refreshing, straightforward money and investment strategies of Jim and Lorraine Conaway. With over 44 years of combined experience, the Conaways are here to educate you on how to be smart with your money. Securities offered through J.P. Turner and Company, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi, this is Bob with Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. Tune in every Thursday afternoon from 3 until 4 at KCAA Radio 1050, and we will be there to answer your real estate questions, the latest real estate news, and to talk to the leaders of the real estate industry. Our Real Estate Talk, you can find out how to stop your foreclosure, first-time homebuyer information, loan modifications, different kinds of loans you can buy with, short sale strategies, and real estate investing and more. So don't forget, tune in every Thursday afternoon at 3 for Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. You'll be glad you did.
I'm hanging out with Zach and Emily, and their mom and dad are over in the door at Martha's Place about ready to do their debt-free scream. This is what it's all about. Think about the futures of these kiddos, all because of their sacrifice.
In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Jeremy and Kristen are with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Welcome. Where do you live?
We're from Louisville, Kentucky.
All right. Very cool. Welcome. It's good to have you here to do your debt-free scream.
Yes, we are.
And how much have you paid off?
We paid off $295,000.
Wow. And how long did that take?
It took 70 months, just a little less than 6 years.
Gotcha. Okay. And making what kind of money during that time?
We started off about $115,000, and we got a little bit of an increase up to $185,000.
Excellent. So I'm guessing this is your house and everything.
Actually, it's not. It's mostly student loans.
Oh, wow. Who's the doc?
I'm the doctor. She's the lawyer.
Oh, then one of each. Okay. Wow. It's almost like paying off a house. There are a couple of them. Wow.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay. So we've been fighting our way through this, and that's how you got this great income, though. That's good news. And for 6 years... from law school and med school. There we go, huh? Yeah. So have you both been out for 6 years? Both been practicing?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been out 8, and I think you've been out 7?
7.
Okay. All right. Very cool. So you said you're the doc and she's the lawyer?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. Cool. Fun. Wow. Well, I would ask what started you on this journey, but I think I know. $295,000 worth of student loan debt. Yeah.
Well,
so, but how did you? What made you think you could pay it off this fast? Because most people, they just keep it. Your contemporaries, they just keep it around, don't they?
Well, and that was our plan to start with. We, we're signed up for that standard 30-year repayment with Sallie Mae.
Yeah.
We just thought, we'll buy a house, we'll buy some cars, we'll finance everything just like everybody else does. And then one day we were in church and we listened to the sermon. We came home. We were sitting at the table together, and I looked at him and I said, I think we need to pay off our debt. And he said, I had the same message today during the sermon.
Wow.
So at that point, we looked at each other and we knew we needed to pay off this debt, and we needed to do it just as quickly as we could.
Cool. So what did you do after that? Did you get involved in the financial piece, or you listen to the show, or you just did it on your own, or what?
Well, we'd been listening to the show already, but we went out and we got the book and sat down and set out a plan.
Okay, just like that. Mm-hmm. Very cool. Where do you guys go to church?
We go to Southeast Christian Church in Louisville.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good friends of ours. Good folks. Pastor Stone.
Yep.
Big Dave.
Yep.
Yeah. Good folks. Good people. And, man, this is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot. I mean, how does that feel? You got to feel free.
Yeah, it feels amazing. Now, when we have our monthly budget meetings, instead of sitting down and fighting about who's going to get personal cash and what it's going to be, we're talking about what we're going to get to do with our money that we want to do. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, that is. That's awesome. I mean, you can do this. You can do anything. I mean, you've climbed the mountain. I mean, this is amazing. Yeah. Very cool. So what do you tell people the key to getting out of debt is? Because you paid off $295,000. That just blows your mind.
Well, really for us, we had, right after we got out of school, the recession hit. And I was in a practice in a part-time position, and I realized that my dream of being a full-time doctor in that practice wasn't going to be realized.
Whoa.
So we had to make a really tough decision. I was offered a really, really, really good position in another city 100 miles away from where we had always said we were going to live for the rest of our lives. And so I prayed about it, and God said, go. So I went, and he took care of the rest of the details. But we had to live apart for a year during this time, going to a city that I didn't know anyone, and I didn't have any idea what I was going to do. But we had this goal together that we were going to get out of debt, and we were going to do it as soon as possible, and God took care of the rest.
So that enabled you to make good money to be able to attack this for a year. And then you found something back in Louisville and moved back?
No, that's where we moved to.
Oh,
we
you
moved
both
to
moved.
Louisville.
She eventually joined you.
She eventually joined me, yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Man, that's important. Well, you have to make decisions like that, and in order to sacrifices in order to get there, and you guys definitely did that. Very cool.
And that's what we tell people the key is. There's 3 things that we based our whole debt-free opportunity on. The first one was teamwork, working together as a team, making sure that everyone in the house is on the budget, is on the plan together, not just us, but the kids as well. They were a part of it, and we wanted them to be as involved as possible. And part of that involved sacrifice. We had to put the needs of the family ahead of each of our own individual wants, and that was really hard at times. It was hard for the kids. It was hard for us. but we had a common goal and we worked toward it together, and we had perseverance. As long as we continued all together as a family, with God, all things is possible.
Mm-hmm. Kristen, it sounds like he was on fire. He was leading the charge, wasn't he?
Oh, he was leading the charge, and he has the spreadsheets to prove it.
Yes, I'm the nerd.
I love it. That's very cool. Well, if the guy's riding down the hill on a white horse screaming at the top of his lungs with his sword drawn, people will follow.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. So good job. Good job. There's a lot of courage is contagious. It really is. That's amazing. Well, congratulations, you two. Very, very proud of you.
Thank
you. Zach and Emily are the two kids, is that right?
Yes, they are.
Are they going to join you?
They're going to join us.
Okay, because they've joined in the sacrifice to get here, right?
That's right.
And how old are they?
Zach is 10 and Emily is 8.
Okay, so have they been practicing their debt-free scream?
Oh, they've been practicing.
All right, because the whole family tree's changed here, and you're not allowed to be bored. You have to actually act like you care about this. So I love it. All right, Jeremy and Christian. Zach and Emily, Louisville, Kentucky, $295,000 paid off in 6 years, 70 months, $115,000 up to $185,000 household income. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. We're debt-free. We're debt-free. We're debt-free.
Good one. Well done, you guys. Very, very well done. Man, that's fabulous. Very cool. Doc and a lawyer free. There we go. I like it. That makes a difference in everything. Savannah's with us in Greenville, South Carolina. Hi, Savannah. How are you?
I'm doing so well. It's an honor to talk to you. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I entered a business venture with 3 other friends. We all took small portions of equity, except the person who has more of an entrepreneurial background. She took 51%. Now, I know your feelings on business partnerships, and I, like I said, have a small percentage, like 15% of our income. It is our 15% of the business, and a percentage of sales that I bring to the company. And I know your feeling on business partnerships, so I wanted to see what verbiage I should use to basically tell her that I'm committed to bringing as much business as possible, but I don't want to incur the risk of kind of ruining the friendship that we've established over a couple of years, being in a business partnership together, and wanted to see your take on it and some wisdom that you can give me.
Okay. So the purpose of you getting equity was not to return money you put into the business. It was to pay you a percentage of the profits.
Yes, sir. And I also have a percentage of the sales that I bring to the business. So she's the main entrepreneur. I'm kind of the talent, as you would say. I'm a hunter, and like to bring in sales and like to kill something and drag it home, as you say.
So you could be on a profit sharing and commission program and get exactly the same pay without being an owner.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Because that's how you're paid now. And you say, I just want to relinquish my ownership to you because I don't want to be involved in the ownership of it. I just want to be the hunter, and you can pay me for being a hunter. You can pay me profit, you can pay me out of the profits, and you can pay me out of the commissions, both things, like I'm paid now. We can calculate it exactly the same way.
Okay.
I got people all in this building. As a matter of fact, I don't have a single person in the building that's only salary. Everyone in some way participates commission, profit sharing, a percentage of sales in their area, net profits in their area. We have all kinds of ways we do compensation around here. A lot of them have a nice salary base, but we have no one in the building that only makes a salary. And so in a sense, they're all partners, but none of them own any stock. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Men, have you been going along just to get along? Have you been misunderstood for too long now? Well, finally, it's a show made just for you. The Men's Advocate Show with Linda Gross every Wednesday at 4 p.m. on the station that leaves no listener behind. Kcaa 1050 AM.
This is KCAA.
What have I learned so far? I've learned that there is no one path right for everyone. I've learned that without my high school diploma, I can only do so much. My options were limited. I found a free personalized learning program with Learn for Life that has a flexible schedule so I could keep my job while earning my high school diploma. I found new career training opportunities that would jumpstart my future. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I can change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN, the number 4, LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
Like to spend a few days in another world? Then write this down. Golden Bear Cottages, Big Bear Lake. Now, listen, this is not some corporate-owned operation. It's family-owned and operated by some real nice people. Unique? Oh, you bet. Golden Bear Cottages features 28 one-of-a-kind cabins on a 5-acre historic site. Great for families, couples, and groups. And cabins are available with 1 to 7 bedrooms. Golden Bear Cottages is just a stone's throw from Big Bear Lake and super close to 3 great ski areas. Now, I could go on all day about Golden Bear Cottages in Big Bear, but to see everything, just go to goldenbear.net. Again, goldenbear.net. Golden Bear Cottages in Big Bear. Clean, comfortable, and affordable. Check them out. goldenbear.net.
Is your radio station dull and boring like most corporate-owned stations on the dial? Then it's time to tune to Kcaa 1050 AM. It will blow your mind and maybe expand it too. Kcaa is your independently owned go-to station in the Inland Empire. It's a veritable cornucopia of crazy, an assemblage of awesome and cool, and it's a little weird too. Kcaa pumps out more local and national radio each week than most major networks while offering CNBC business news headlines during the week and NBC sports news on weekends. Kcaa is unique, interesting, quirky, and sometimes outlandishly crazy, which adds up to a high volume of awesome. And for you audiophiles, Kcaa delivers FM sound quality to our transmitter, which is why Kcaa is the best-sounding AM station on the dial. So make your day with Kcaa and find us online at kcaaradio.com. Kcaa, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Ruth. Just want you to know, you can now see pictures, listen to audios, and see videos of Kcaa 1050 AM on Instagram.
Thank you for joining us, America. We're glad you are here. Blinds.com gives us our question of the day. There are 3 reasons to get affordable window treatments with Blinds.com. Ease, affordability, and this month only, free dinner and a movie when you spend $2.99 or more. So go to Blinds.com/easy to get stylish window treatments, plus a great night out. Limit 1 per household. Our question comes from Tom in Iowa. My wife thinks I'm too uptight about money and doesn't think that every dollar needs a purpose because life is too short. However, I don't want being debt-free to be just someday. I want it to be January 1st, 2017. Any advice on how to approach her to get her buy-in? Life's too short to be in debt, too, Tom. So what she's translating this to be is that you are tightening the budget too far down, and she doesn't have any say-so with you in your household budget decisions. You're just dictating everything that's going on. And you're never going to get buy-in on anything in your life when you dictate to people, especially your wife. And it just doesn't work. No, I mean, she might go along with you, but she's not going to buy in. Buy-in means she cares. And so what you've got to do is talk more about why we're doing this and less about how we're doing it. And you need to think about why it would be important to her for your family to be debt-free and bring that up. Why is it important to her for you to be debt-free? So when she says life is too short, what does she mean? She means she wants to spend it on what? We'll talk about how we can do more of that. When we want to travel, I'd like to have a nicer car. I'd like to have this or that. I'd like to do this or that. Wherever you are in this, whatever her dream is, and sit down and dream together and then say, okay, let's pay a price to get where we can do all of that we want to do. I'd like to give more. I'd like to be more generous. Well, you can be more generous when you have more money, too. I mean, when you've got $2 million, you can be more generous than when you've got $2. It's a mathematical fact. So it's something to think about. So whatever it is, does she want to travel? Does she want to, a lot of people, that's their thing, is travel. A lot of people, I travel for a living, and so it's not my thing. I mean, that's my wife enjoys going on these vacations, but I'm like Chris Hogan says, I want to travel all around my house. That's my vacation. But, just what is the thing that you dream about? And that's your reason. That's your why. And then you live like no one else so that later you can live and give like no one else. Stephen's with us in Orlando, Florida. Hi, Stephen. How are you?
Good. Thank you, Dave, for everything.
Thank you. How can I help?
Recently, me and my wife, we've been following the baby steps. Right now we're on step 2. But prior to following the baby steps, I went out and bought a brand new car. I got a brand new 2015 Corolla, and right now I owe about $18,800 on it. But with that being the only bill left, in step 2, I recently put it up on Auto Trader, trying to get as much as I can out of it, knowing that I'm going to have to pay a little bit to get out from the loan. I just didn't know what your take was on that. Should I try to pay it off by doubling up on the payments?
What's your household income?
And both of us combined, it's about $84,000.
Okay. Well, our rule of thumb is obviously we tell people not to buy brand new cars, so we're not going to tell you to do that again. And we tell people not to buy cars with debt, so we obviously wouldn't tell you to do that again. But what we do tell people to do is if you find yourself in this situation and then you start your total money makeover, if you can pay off the car in less than 2 years and be 100% debt-free except your home in less than 2 years, and you can, and your cars all total are less than half your annual income, then you're okay to keep the car. And I think this makes you okay to keep this car.
Okay.
Because you can pay this car off quick, making $80,000, right?
Yes.
And if you like the car, do you?
I do, yes.
And so
but I also don't like payments, like you said.
Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna knock it out. 6 months, 9 months? It ought to be gone. And
okay.
and the car plus her car is less than half your annual income, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah, and so it meets the guidelines. If you want to just work real hard and beans and rice and beans for the next 9 months until you're completely debt free, then car and everything, then yeah, I'd probably keep that particular car if I were in your shoes. But again, that's not to tell people it's okay to buy a new car unless you've got $1 million net worth. I don't think you ought to buy a new car. And it's definitely never a time, under any circumstances, to take out a car payment. I'd ride a bike before I had a car payment. All right. Up next is Kathy in San Francisco. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm doing well, and thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Well, about 26 months ago, I put the brakes on and started to look at my life and the debt that I was in, and I realized that I had to get moving to get rid of it. And so I read The Total Money Makeover. I picked up another job tutoring. I'm a school teacher. I've taught for about 20 years. And I really got focused, and I wanted to be a good role model for my children. And I paid off $48,483.73, which was a brand new car, credit cards, and money for the kids for school.
Wow.
So I got that done. But now my question is, I live out here in California, and I have a house payment that's $2,002 per month, and I take home regularly about $4,300 a month.
How did you pay off $48,000 in debt? Extra money above that?
At that time, I tutored just around the clock. I just worked numerous hours to do that.
Well, you're going to be tutoring if you keep this house.
I know, and I just, you know what, Dave, I'm 60, and I don't want to keep doing that.
Yeah, maybe not around the clock, but there's just, I mean, I understand California real estate. San Francisco real estate in particular is unbelievably expensive.
Right.
And there's a reality of that. And people often ask me the question if they're in Manhattan or L.A. or San Fran, you know, well, Dave, I mean, do I get a pass? No, I mean, California's not exempt from math.
Right. Right.
So, even though it feels like it out there with the dadgum house prices, but it's still, at the end of the day, after you pay your house payment, you're poor every month.
Every month.
You're house
every
poor,
month.
yeah. And house poor is no fun.
It's not fun. And so my plan, my goal for myself is hopefully to work 5 more years. And so I wonder, do I sell it and rent for 5 years? Do I sell it and try to buy something smaller?
Where are you going to live after retirement?
You know what? I'll probably end up out here, even though I don't really want to be in California.
I'm a little confused now. Why would you stay if you don't want to be there?
My kids are here.
Oh, okay. Okay. And grandkids, more importantly.
They probably, yeah, in the future.
Hopefully, yeah, if they behave, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Well, but you can't retire with this house payment, right?
No, I could not retire with this house payment.
So the house has got to go either way.
The house has to go, right.
Yeah. With this income. Either the income's got to go up or the outgo's got to go down, and that's a fixed math equation that we're just all stuck with. And so so I guess I'm moving down in house that I'm going to live in retirement.
Okay.
And that's
so you think look and maybe purchase a smaller house Okay.
Yeah, something less expensive and that you can afford and that doesn't make you house poor, and with the idea that we're going to, A, be able to afford it in retirement, and B, eventually get it paid off even in retirement.
Right.
We got to move in that general direction. But, yeah, since you want to stay in the area, let's go ahead and do that now and create a better living environment for you now, and then, more opportunity to save now because you make that move now. And it might just be a little condo or something that fits your lifestyle. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.